that right wing was kind of a position in question coming into preseason. And what have you thought about the production, especially tonight, getting 4 goals out of that side?
Well, I think we have to look at it beyond tonight. The overall training camp has been, if there's a position, that's been the strength of our team right now is those right wingers. Bringing them in, having a chat with a group of them. They've understood where they're at. They understand some of the things they need to do. They've taken advantage of the position they've been put in, and they all look confident. So that's to this point, we've turned what we considered a weakness into a strength. Other areas of our game we still need to work on, but check mark to the right wingers at this point.
We were just talking about Ratty a few nights ago, another hat trick tonight. Just from a confidence standpoint, he seems to, the confidence in his game right now is obvious, but what are you seeing and just how far he's come in that standpoint?
Well, I go back to the last 15 games of the season last year when he was given the opportunity. That he built a sense of belonging with the team. He built a sense of confidence. He went home and he worked harder in the summer than he ever has, and he's getting paid back in big dividends for it right now. Confident at camp. He hasn't wavered or lost that position. He was challenged a little bit. I also see a direct, a straightforward, make good smart plays, shoot the puck. Nugent and Connor do a lot of the maneuvering, the working around. When he gets it on his tape, he's not afraid. He fires it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a real smart way to play, I think, with those two.
Todd, what can you say about that? Looking at Ratty's ice time, last week it was at 10.5. He had 5 points. Today, about 15 minutes, 3 goals. What can you say about the efficiency of 97, 93, and 8?
Well, it's exhibition season. We're spreading ice time out. We've got to get a whole team ready. We're not going to double or triple shift players at this point. Maybe as the exhibition season wears on, eventually those guys are going to have to get up to 22 minutes a night. And that ice time is going to come from other players as long as they're playing well. So right now the efficiency rate is high. I was happy that both teams iced more of an NHL roster tonight. It was a better evaluator for us. And as the rest of this week rolls on, we're going to see better teams, and the cream will rise to the top eventually.
Todd, Jesse looks faster, and he seems like he wants the puck more in this preseason. Is that certainly tonight?
I would agree with the assessment. I think he's very much like Ty Ratty. He's confident. He feels good where he is. He doesn't have to defer to anybody. He likes playing in that situation, and looks like he's really enjoying the game. Again, I haven't seen him try and do anything really cute. I just see him getting the puck and wanting to fire it at the goaltender. And playing straightforward, heavy, aggressive hockey. He's been rewarded with that as well. So Ty's got that, and Yamo even has that. Jesse's got that going. It doesn't have to be cute. It just needs to be hard and straight. And those three are doing it.
Cam Talbot, another solid game for you, Todd, so far in the preseason. And after how last season went for him, you talked about the importance of a good start. Have you seen anything different from him last year? Is it just a confidence issue for Talbot, or what have you noticed that's allowed him to be much sharper earlier? To
be perfectly honest, he is carrying himself the same way. He looks the same. He's got the same smile, the same approach to practice. His work habits are the same. He's maybe a little bit cleaner in his crease on the rebounds. He's able to smother stuff. I'd like to think we're playing a little bit better in front of him, yet we gave up some grade A chances again that I think are preventable, which we have to clean up. But there's not a dramatic change. It's not like a brand new human being walked in the room with a new technique or anything like that. He's very much Cam, and perhaps that's a good thing.
Normally wouldn't ask this after a 6-0 win, but bigger picture question about your power play. Tonight, top unit maybe struggled a little bit to get control and set up. You're trying different looks this year. What are you seeing overall?
Well, in my opinion, we didn't have a good night on the power play. We were 2 for 4. We had 3 shots total. We didn't execute the way we wanted to. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Now, if you're having an off night and you stick with it and you find players that can score ugly, you need that. Last year when we had an off night, we didn't find players that could score ugly, and it would end up being 0 for 8, 0 for 10, 0 for 15 runs. I'd like us to be able to command the momentum of a game on the power play. We didn't do that tonight, but we also had the cleanup crew that came in and cleaned up, so that's a step in the right direction.
Do you think with the 5 left shots that it will maybe take a little bit of time for the guys to work that out and figure out where the spot is?
I think it will. We faced a very good penalty kill tonight. They were very well prepared and they executed well. Our first, in my opinion anyhow, our first live look at real good penalty killers, prepared, veteran-type players, and they got the better of us, but we'll need to work on it for a while. We'll need to increase our confidence level there, and we'll get it. We'll get it eventually.
Todd, Oscar got one late in the game. What can you say about Clefbaum and Larson on the back end?
Well, I thought Clef and Lars were much better as the night went on, and I think sometimes it shows that those type of players only have played one exhibition game. They didn't get to wade into it with the mixed-up lineups. They faced some good players, and I thought early in the game they fidgeted around a little bit, and we turned it over. But as the night went on, they settled in and started to take those heavier minutes on and be much more productive. Clef rewarded with a goal there at the end, and Lars played his typical hard game, but it took him a little while to get going.
You had 3 guys in the lineup on your blue line, Todd, that are kind of battling probably for that 6th and 7th spot on your roster, Garrison, Yarabek, and Bouchard. How tight of an evaluation is that right now, and did you see anyone who stood out for you of those 3 tonight?
Tight, very tight. There's not much separating them. We've got to look at development opportunity. We've got to look at the type of ingredient that individual can bring. We've got to look at a number of other different things, righties, lefties. So there's some variables that are going to go into this final decision, and I'm not sure that the final decision will be the final decision. It can vary throughout the year. We think we have 1 or 2 real good defensemen playing in the American League right now, and Gravel and Lowe, and some others. But they could have very easily stayed here and continued to battle in the mix. But we'd like them to be playing. We'd like them to be preparing. If it doesn't work here, they're our go-to guys. And I'd rather have them playing down there than maybe sitting up here as an extra.
That said, tonight was an opportunity to give Bouchard, with Chris Russell, 2 guys on their strong side. What did you see in that pair? You seemed like you were intrigued about the ability to play.
Well, I said it this morning. I wouldn't read a lot into the pairs other than left and right. Let's assume that both those players are going to be on our team. Will they play together? I don't know that yet. But it gives us an opportunity to look and evaluate. Do they complement each other? Do they communicate well? Are they in the right spots? Are they are they comfortable with each other? We needed to find that out. I thought tonight was a fairly good night for that pair, so we'll have to watch it again. We'll look at it a lot closer, and the video will tell us a little bit more.
Can I fast forward a little bit for now and the timing? Are you, it didn't evidence itself tonight, but are you a little concerned that, guys can sort of have their heads headed toward that plane more than the last 2 games they're going to play?
Yeah. We're coaches. We're always concerned about probably way too many things, but all my years in the league, my experience tells me that it's hard sometimes for star players to play these games. They're trying to get their games ready. They're trying to feel good. They're trying to stay healthy. They know what's ahead of them. We're trying to fix some things. We're trying to motivate a little bit, but we've got to watch how hard we push those guys right now. And our whole group is getting prepared to get on a plane Saturday. There's no doubt there's going to be a little bit of a distraction. I'd much rather have that occur in an exhibition season. we will begin as early as tomorrow to adjust to prepare for our trip to Europe and our first 2 points that we've got to go there and compete for. So we'll back practices up. We'll start practicing early in the morning. Our message will affect their mindset as well. But I'm a big believer that those points are a lot more important than what we'll see here over the next 2 days. Now, that doesn't mean we don't perform. That doesn't mean we don't work hard and prepare and do all the things we need to do. But even some of the things that the coaching staff, the trainers, and sleep people and all that type of expertise are telling us is going to affect or begin to take their minds to Germany and Sweden. But that's okay. We'll be professionals. We'll practice well. We'll try and play well.
How much of a benefit do you think it'll be that you've coached a World Championship team over in Prague and dealt with a lot of those logistic things that are going to be a little different?
Well, you know what, that will help a little bit. We've got a coach on our staff that coached over there. We have a number of players that have gone over there internationally, World Juniors, World Championships, Olympics, that type of thing. So we feel comfortable that a lot of players have felt that flight. They felt the adjustment. When you go over there for those other types of tournaments, it's short term. Your schedule usually builds. Ours is short term, and bang, it's going to hit us. You don't get to wade your way into a tournament. We're going to play a game against a good German team. My experience tells me we'll be sluggish, we'll be slow. I hope we're not. But when we went with San Jose, we played Mannheim. We had a hell of a time just keeping up with them. It takes a little while for the body to adjust. And then all of a sudden, we're going to play a game that's real important for 2 points, and we're done. So we go all the way there for that and come back.
You've the Team Canada thing with Hockey Canada. They do a lot of team building in the short term and stuff like that. What are some of the things you have planned?
For team building and whatnot? Well, the team building's already started here. And what we do here is really important. The guys are beginning to gel. They're beginning to put together their personalities. Exhibition season's hard to team build because usually we're in and out day of a game. So there's no overnights, there's no meals, there's none of that stuff. This will be our first chance, and we get some opportunities to team build in Leon's home. Tobias nearby and understands that world. They've taken charge. They're going to do some things with their teammates. We've planned some team meals, some different things. We tried to do a team building thing that just didn't work based on time constraints. But the best team building you could do is win games. Nothing better than that.
You were able to shift Tobias Reeder over to the left side and with a different set of line mates. How did you feel he responded to a different situation?
I'm sorry, who are you talking about?
Tobias Reeder. Yeah.
Tobias? I like him better on the left than we saw him on the right the other day. And I thought his legs were moving tonight. He created some speed through the middle. He created speed on the forecheck. He was a darter on the penalty kill. He was able to be effective there. In my opinion, that's more of what I think we'll see than what we saw in Winnipeg the other night. Now, he wasn't scheduled to play in Winnipeg the other night, but when Chason got sick, he all of a sudden got told he was playing, and it's a little different when that happens. Thanks.